Hey y'all, it's Lena. I know it's been a hot second since I've posted a video, but I am back with a new one, and this one is going to be the one rule that I suggest you follow in eating disorder recovery when it comes to cravings. I'm an eating disorder recovery coach, and a question that I get asked quite a lot is how to deal with cravings in recovery. What do you do when suddenly you find yourself craving a food that maybe you haven't had in a while? Maybe it's a food that you deem unhealthy or bad or something that you shouldn't eat. So, what do you do when one of these, like when a craving pops up in your recovery journey? Let's have a look. Let me just start off by saying that there is a reason you're craving whatever it is that you're craving. The craving didn't just randomly fall from the sky and hit you. There's a reason that you are specifically craving that thing. And in my experience, that is either because your body is asking for it and your body needs a certain thing, or there's something for you to learn from that craving. If you have been viewing your own life through the lens of food for such a long time, food is actually more than just food for you. And so I personally very much believe that every craving you get, there's a lesson in there for you. And so you should probably go and at least see if you can get the lesson out of it. The rule that I personally followed in my own recovery and that I now share with my clients is if a craving hits you, don't question it and just go towards the craving. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you go and you eat whatever you're craving, but you intend to eat it. Let's say you're following a very healthy, very clean diet, and one day you're suddenly finding yourself craving a burger and some french fries. Okay, what if you could accept that craving? What if instead of questioning it and making it wrong and judging yourself for it, you could be like, all right, this is clearly a clue. Something is leading me in the direction of a burger. Let me go and find out. So what you can do is you can take yourself to a burger place. And sometimes the lesson that you can get from the craving happens before you even eat the thing. Sometimes you don't even have to eat the thing because what you're meant to learn from it isn't necessarily in eating the food, but it's in listening to the craving. You can learn a lot about yourself if you follow your cravings, because as you go into the direction of the craving, even though you kind of want to judge it and you kind of want to question it and you're like, what the heck, right? The more you can go into the direction of the craving instead of away from it, the more you can learn. Because as you move in the direction that you haven't been moving towards in the past, there's going to be a bunch of thoughts, a bunch of feelings. There's going to be some stuff coming up inside of you that is going to really be able to teach you a lesson. Let me just say that the craving is never just about the thing that you're craving. Because for you, a burger is not just a burger. There's judgment attached to that. There's emotion attached to that. There's all kinds of different things attached to that. There's resistance attached to that. And so for you, it's not just about eating a burger. It's about something much more than that. So the question is really, can you allow food to become your teacher? Can you allow food to be the thing that actually ends up healing you? And the healing doesn't come from you eating the burger because it's just something that your body needed. Not really. The healing in eating a burger, for example, if you get to a point where you actually eat it, right? The healing in eating a burger can be just what you learn from the experience, what you learn about yourself. The healing can be, I ate a burger and I survived it. I lived, It can be something like that. It can teach you where your sense of self-worth might be tied to food, something like that. There's so many lessons, but the question is, can you allow the craving to lead you in the direction of your own healing? Can you allow food to become your teacher? All of the magic in recovery really happens when you get out of your own way. Because what are you going to do? That craving is going to hit you again and again and again until you do something with it. So you can ignore the craving, you can make yourself wrong, you can hate yourself for it, you can judge yourself for it, you can run from it and willpower your way through it. Or you can say, all right, let me surrender to this. Let me explore what's here. Let me go into the direction of the craving and see what the lesson might be. Now, I will say, like I said in the beginning, it's possible that you have a certain craving that is purely physical. Let's say if you've been cutting out fats from your diet and you're suddenly craving avocados or something like that, that may very well be a purely physical craving. And so maybe there's not a lesson in there for you, but it's just something that your body needs. And so obviously that's also a pretty good reason to follow that craving. So can you adopt that rule? Can you make it a rule to move into the direction of the craving as it hits you instead of away from it, instead of judgment, instead of all the other things you normally do when you get hit by a craving? I hope that you found this video helpful. Please let me know in the comments down below if this is a rule that you see yourself adopting, if this is something that you've been doing, what are the lessons that you've already learned from food? Are you ready to have food become your teacher? Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button if you want more videos of this sort. And if you feel like, oh my gosh, this whole recovery thing is like way over my head, I don't really know what I'm doing, I'm kind of doing it alone, but I could really use some support, I personally do offer one-on-one recovery coaching. I have a link to that in the description box below, so check that out. And if you feel called, please get in touch. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Much love. Bye.